Hello guys and welcome to Lawputra's YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about Talaq-e-Sunnat or Talaq-ul Razi, which in simple terms means a revocable divorce. I am Jagannath Kulkarni. I welcome you to the discussion today. Now let us start with what is meant by the marriage. Marriage is an institution which in due course of evolution has transformed into providing determinate and legitimate recognition to relationship between two individuals. That is as simple as that. The community needs to give recognition to this relationship. Under Muslim law, nature of Muslim marriages can be traced back to pre-Islamic Arabic traditions which shook the institution of marriage for Islamic Sharia, that is the personal law of Muslims. Requirements of marriage, nature of solemnization, etc. reflect nature of Muslim marriages which make tilt towards being a contract. So there is nothing sacrament of it, but it is a contract. So marriage in Islamic system is not at all mandatory for any person because they are very practical and its main objective is to give birth to children and to grow family in future. As simple as that. This is the objective of marriage in Islamic system. So it is what is strictly followed. They say no party should marry, forced to marry, when not prepared to provide children for their future family. So just expansion of family is the basic objective of marriage in Islamic system. And therefore a person who don't have sexual desire or don't have willingness to have children are not forced to marry. Very practical. So what happens? That takes us to the divorce. Divorce is simple end of marital relationship, dissolution of marriage. And when we talk about divorce under Muslim law, we hear the word talaq. It simply means repudiation or rejection by Muslim husband. Very important. Only Muslim husbands have got right to give divorce to their wives. Wife can give divorce under Muslim law, personal law, only if the husband delegates that right to their wife. So competency to give divorce, that depends on two things. Number one is attainment of puberty, another is soundness of mind. Muslim wives cannot divorce, just mentioned, their husbands under such right unless such right has been delegated to them by their husbands. So in a way they are restricted to divorce their husbands. But legislature, our Indian legislature, they passed Act in 1939, Dissolution of Muslim Marriages, which gives right to Muslim women also to divorce their husbands. So divorce for Muslim women can be obtained either under Muslim law, personal law or statutory law. Today we will discuss about the talaq, Muslim divorce. They say it is what is talaq? It is the mere arbitrary act of a Muslim husband who may repudiate his wife by saying, I have divorced thee at his own pleasure, with or without any cause. Very important. So it is such an arbitrary act of Muslim husband. And this has been mentioned in the case Munshi Fuzlur Rahim versus Shamunisa Begum. It is the 1867 case, such an old case. So there are two types of talaq in Muslim. One is talaq-e-sunnat and another is talaq-e-biddat. What is the difference between these two? Talaq-e-sunnat is revocable talaq, which does not dissolve marriage till iddat. And what is iddat? It is a 3-monthly period during which the wife to whom the divorce is intention, she cannot marry another man, but husband can resume cohabitation with wife, which is the implied revocation, or he can do the express revocation by saying, I have retained thee. Earlier he said, I have divorced thee. Now he says, I have retained thee. So this will be the talaq-e-sunnat. Second is talaq-e-biddat. It is the irrevocable talaq, which is the most controversial. And it is condemned also because it dissolves the marriage immediately. The Muslim husband will just say talaq, talaq, talaq 3 times and the marriage is dissolved permanently. In case of revocation required, the husband will have to marry someone else, then divorce that woman, and then marry the earlier wife again. So that will be the revocation. Quite impractical. Recognized under Hanafi law, and Sunni law also accepts this, but not the Shia law. So we will discuss about the Talaq-e-Sunnat, that is the revocable divorce. This is based on Prophet's tradition, that is Sunnah, which is considered as most approved form of talaq. And in fact, talaq was considered an evil, not a good cause. And in case it becomes impossible to avoid this, that talaq, then the best method is talaq-ul-sunnat or talaq-e-sunnat. Possibility of revoking effects of this evil. That is why it is called as the revocable talaq. Because it does not become final. Why? Because at once there always remains possibility of compromise between husband and wife if they realize later on. Only kind in practice during the life of Prophet, this talaq-e-sunnat. It is recognized by both Sunnis as well as Shias. Now, Talaq-e-Sunnat, there are two pronouncement types. Again, in Talaq-e-Sunnat, we will have two types. Number one is Talaq-e-Ihsan, another is Talaq-e-Hasan. Now, what happens in case of Talaq-e-Ihsan? It is the most proper form of repudiation of marriage. What happens? Possibility of revoking the pronouncement before expiry of Iddat period. Iddat period is 3 months period. Evil words of talaq are to be uttered only once. Being an evil, it is preferred that these words are not repeated. And single declaration during tuhar. This is another concept, tuhar, which is the period of purity. Purity means no menstruation. That is what the Muslim law considers. It follows by no revocation by husband for 3 successive tuhars, period of purity. And second is talaq-e-hasan, which says proper and approved form, but not the best mode. Why? Because evil words of talaq have to be pronounced 3 times in successive tuhars. That is the period of purity. Now, talaq-e-ihsan, the first step is husband has to make single pronouncement of talaq during tuhar. That's it. And if wife is not subjected to menstruation, due to old age, menopause or pregnancy, then this talaq may be pronounced at any time. So this tuhar is not required in such case. Second step, once the husband has pronounced talaq, the wife has to observe iddat of 3 monthly courses. If pregnant at time of pronouncement of talaq, iddat is still delivery of child. And during this iddat period, no revocation of talaq by husband. Then revocation may be expressed by saying that I retained you, or by implied by resuming the cohabitation with wife. This means, this indicates husband has reconciled with wife. When iddat expires and husband does not revoke talaq expressly or through consummation, then talaq becomes irrevocable and final. Single pronouncement followed by no revocation during iddat. And where husband makes any declaration in anger, but realizing his mistake afterwards and wants to cancel it, there is sufficient time for him to do so. So this is the characteristic feature of this talaq-e-ihsan. Sufficient opportunity to spouses for reconciliation, and that is why it is the most proper form of talaq. Now second is talaq-e-hasan. What happens in this case? Husband has to make single declaration of talaq in first period of tuhar, during which he can start the cohabitation. Second step, next tuhar, next period of purity, there will be single pronouncement for second time. Again, remember this first pronouncement, second pronouncement may be revoked by husband either expressly by saying that I retained thee, or by resuming the conjugal relations. And as if no talaq has made at all by saying this, or by resuming the cohabitation. Third stage, but if no revocation is made after first declaration or second declaration, then lastly husband has to make third pronouncement in third tuhar. And as soon as this third declaration is made, talaq becomes irrevocable, means it can't be restored now, and marriage dissolves, and wife has to observe required iddat. This revocability before and irrevocability after third pronouncement. So this is important. Third pronouncement is important. Before that it can be revoked, After that, it cannot be revoked. 3 times in 3 consecutive tuhar periods, period of purity. Remember this. One case, Abdul Qadir versus Salima and another. This is 1886 case. The judge has pronounced, marriage among Mohammedans is not a sacrament, but purely a civil contract, or we can say social contract. So with this, we conclude our today's discussion, which was on revocable divorce called as Talaq-e-Sunnat or Talaq-ul-Razi. Thank you. Thank you very much.